Mimosa. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Naturopathic Hangouts. Today, we want to talk about things that you could do to get you out of an acute sort of sense of stress or pain. So, Mimosa and I have a couple techniques that we want to teach you, and we're going to be teaching each other so you can watch how to do it and then learn for yourself. So, Mimosa, what are you going to teach me today?
Okay, so today I'm going to teach you about how to relieve pain and also what to do in case you were to have a headache or you're in a car ride or a plane and you feel nauseous. And so a lot of people have been coming and asking, like I have a really bad headache right now, what can I do? Can I take? Well, rather than, because supplements take a while to relieve the pain. And so there are a lot of different things that you can do right away just to relieve the pain, like immediate pain. Yeah, so like one of the biggest things are headaches.
Yeah.
And so if you're at work or you're in a car and you don't really know what to do if once you start getting a headache and you don't have anything on you, like you're kind of stuck. So there are a lot of different things that you can do. And I've recommended this to patients and to family members, to friends, and they've all had really good results doing this.
Okay.
And it works a lot better if you have some essential oils like peppermint or eucalyptus or even lavender, and you putting a little bit on your hand and go and apply it to different pressure points. And so some of the ones that I've noticed really help are the temples. And so put some oils on your fingertips and using one or two fingers just to massage the temples and pressing really hard, massaging the temples. And another spot that you can do is right here on the ends of your eyebrows and pressing it really hard, and at the same time making sure that you're taking big, deep, slow breaths in and out, since you can relieve the pain just by increasing your oxygen flow. Another point is directly behind the earlobes.
Okay.
You see a little space there, and just pressing it and massaging it, and it hurts while you're pressing it, but it really relieves the pain and the pressure afterwards. Another point is right here by your nose, and pressing that point, and this can be really good if you have any sinus congestion, pain from a sinus infection. And another one on your head is the back of your neck. So if you feel where your neck and skull meet, and the little divots, you can use one or two fingers and really massage that area, pressing really hard, and it will definitely relieve the pain from that area. So another one, yeah, and this is one we use in traditional Chinese medicine, large intestines 4. And so it's this point right here, the fatty area between your thumb and first finger. And so just squeezing it, just using one hand first and squeezing it, and then squeezing the other one for about 10, 15, 20 seconds really helps. And if you're with someone else, then they can squeeze that area for you so they can get both at once.
Oh, awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So these are just quick things that you can do to help release pain relieve the pain whenever you're by yourself, you don't really have anything else to do. And nothing else to take, and this can really help. One thing that I've noticed too for nausea, I know that I'm sure a lot of people know this, but just in case you don't, going about maybe 1.5 inches from your wrist crease is this little divot right here, and that's another acupuncture point as well. And so in traditional Chinese medicine, it opens up the heart, opens up the upper body. And by pressing on this point in both hands, it can really relieve any nausea or if you have an upset stomach or any indigestion. That can really help.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mimosa. And if anyone has seen those wristbands that they have for motion sickness, when you're on a cruise, or even people put it on when they're traveling on the plane. I saw someone this weekend on the train have those. And I think you can get it at your CVS or Walgreens, anywhere that it's their pharmacy. They should have these little bands with a little circle that can hit that point that Mimosa was talking about, and that's the point that we would use for any sort of nausea, motion sickness,
Mm-hmm.
sense of like disorientation. So that
Yeah.
I was thinking of buying that actually. I was like, this is a
Oh, yeah?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm just making sure that you have adequate amounts of water. So half your body weight of ounces of water at least every day, making sure that you have um, proper nutrients and things that you can take to prevent headaches, or if you were to have any headaches, are magnesium. So you
Mm-hmm.
can do magnesium, fish oils, and different herbs. One of them that sticks out is butterbur. That really helps with migraines.
And making sure that you have enough of your B complex too. I think
Mm-hmm.
main thing that I see for headaches too, whether it be from like a hangover or any sort of like deficiency of hydration, making sure that you
Exactly.
have well hydrated, all your electrolytes in. You can even have Mimosa's drinking a protein powder right now. You know that you'll get all your essential amino acids and your vitamins and minerals that you need to kind of nourish your body when it's feeling sort of like deficient or needing something.
Exactly. Yeah, and making sure that you're eating enough since um, hypoglycemia is one of the real causes for headaches.
Hmm.
And so, like people, a lot of people have headaches, and they're all from all different reasons, and it's a symptom, and it shows that you should go see a doctor to see what else is there, like what the root cause of the
Hmm.
headaches are.
It's
Hmm.
really true. I had
Yeah.
one patient the other week. I think I told you about her. She's just feeling like a little dizzy, disoriented, and had a very bad headache. So when we see
Hmm.
an acute, really intense headache, like the worst headache ever, those are ones that we really need you to go to see a doctor right away and do some necessary imaging and testing. So if there was any sort of issues with the blood vessels going to your brain, or if there was like a mini stroke or something that like thrombosed in your blood vessels up there. So that is necessary to look into further. So headaches in general, sometimes you have tension headaches or cluster headaches, but all of these issues need to be addressed. Sort of the whole picture that we do with naturopathic medicine.
Exactly. And other signs of emergency headaches are headaches that wake you up in the middle of the night. Yeah, like you said, the worst headache ever. Head, yeah. So those are just like some of the things that you need to get checked out, especially if you have um, a history of high blood pressure or low blood pressure, or if you're on a lot of different pharmaceutical drugs. Those are some things that like you should watch out for these headaches and talk to your doctor. Go see a doctor.
Yeah,
So sure that everything's okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
So the second part of our talk today or hangout, I want to teach Mimosa emotional freedom technique, and this is something that we learned in naturopathic medical school for a lot of emotional issues. So we're going to use some of the points that Mimosa taught us today, and they're actually similar, acupuncture points as well. So all these points kind of go through certain meridians that release sort of that tension and pressure in your head and the rest of your body. So releasing the stress and the tension and resistance that you have towards certain topics is what we're going to try to do with this particular technique. Are you ready, Mimosa?
So I'm ready.
Okay, so first I'm going to teach you the points, and you already know some of them that you just taught us earlier. So the first one that we do is right between your eyebrows. And you can actually do it where you taught us, like at the end of your eyebrows. So just tapping, and you don't have to do it as put as much pressure as Mimosa was telling. You can just tap lightly, and then you're gonna go to the side here where Mimosa taught us here, and then under your eye, under your nose, on your chin, these 2 points here under your collarbone, and then you can lift your arm up, and it's a point actually like on the couple last ribs, between those last ribs, like your sixth and seventh. Yeah. So all of these points, they refer to different acupuncture pressure points as well. And if you want to delve deeper into it, I can tell you that this is the point that we use a lot for any anxiety. It's kind of like a little pin to just kind of calm the waters, like you're stressing your body. So this is their yin tong. Ta yang is the second point that we use a lot for headaches, especially on your temples. We're just going through the whole thing again. And then here under your eye, like on this arch here. Right here. Your chin. And again, like Mimosa was telling us, with all of these points, you're just going to breathe deeply. You can close your eyes if you want. Over time, you're going to learn these points and memorize them, and it's just going to be second nature. And here I usually use my thumb and the other two fingers so I can get both points under your collarbone right here. And lastly, the one right here. So this point actually refers to spleen 21, which is the area where we consider it like you're having a handle and you're flushing. Like, so this is the end point that you're flushing everything through, and it's just going to completely release. So that's our last point here. One other point that sometimes we use is this one at the very top, do 20. And for this one, when I'm going to teach you what to say when you're tapping, you don't really say anything. You kind of just let the body do what it wants to do. And that's it. So I'm going to tell you, we can actually do an example. So Mimosa, is there something that you're irritated about or stressed about? Like, it could be anything. It could be something as really little or something as big, whatever you want to talk about.
How about I feel a little tired lately.
Okay.
Having to drive a lot for work and being at work, and yeah, I just would like more energy.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do is the statement. So whatever Mimosa is feeling, she's feeling tired. So you just say, even though I'm feeling tired. So you just start every statement that you are feeling with even though. So let's let Mimosa say what she needs to say, and so we're just going to tap with her. So go ahead, Mimosa. Even though I'm feeling tired. And you can just keep going. Even though I'm tired of driving to and from work. Even though it takes a lot of time and energy for me to get through my day.
And you
just keep breathing while you're doing this, and you're going to go through each of the points that we're just doing here. Even though I have obligations at work and to meeting other people and taking care of the household activities.
Even though I'm tired having to, have a lot of obligations at work and at home.
Mm-hmm. Keep going, Mimosa. What else would you like to talk
about? Even though I'm really tired from, the stress of everyday life at work and just driving. Yeah.
What else?
Even though
we're gonna do one together.
Okay.
So even though I feel like I don't have enough time for myself.
Even though I feel like I don't have enough time for myself.
Even though I don't feel like I have enough time to just relax and enjoy.
Even though I feel like I don't have enough time to relax and just enjoy.
Okay. So that was our first round, and we just did everything that we're feeling. And then the second part of it is we're going to add a second kind of like statement to that. So we're going to say, even though what we're feeling, I love and accept myself completely. And if that's hard for any of us to say, it's it's just important to find some statement that rings true to you. So you don't have to say, I love and accept myself if that doesn't feel true and complete with you at this time. That's our end goal, is for everyone to feel that sense of self-love. So you can say something like, even though whatever you're feeling, and something like, I feel like I'm trying to feel better, or it would feel nice to feel better. So whatever statement is true for you. Does that make sense, Mimosa?
It does.
Okay. So what do you think you can say? Do you think you
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could say I accept the stage in my life and I am happy with where I'm at.
that's awesome. So that is something, because if you say something that's too outside of what your soul and what your body believes, it's not going to really work. So sometimes with affirmations, it's important to either, like, after a while, you see a lot, like you can go online and find different positive affirmations. There's different affirmation cards, but finding ones that really, like, touch something in your soul and be like, oh, that makes sense for me. Oh, that feels good when I say that out loud, or that feels good for me to think about. So with what Mimosa just said, that I feel is really believable, and she believes it, and so that's going to be integrated into her body really easily and more seamlessly than something that is too way off, like too much, like that you can't really trust and believe. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay, so we're going to do the whole thing again, but now
Yep.
adding that second part. Okay,
Okay.
so first we're going to go here again. Go ahead, Mimosa. Even though
Even though I am tired after a long day of work and driving, I accept my situation and I'm definitely happy with where I'm at.
Okay. Even though I feel like I don't have a lot of free time, and um, there's not enough hours in the day, I
Mhm.
fully accept where I am in my life, and I'm happy where I am.
Yeah, even though there isn't enough time in the day for me to do what I want to do and time for myself, I accept where I am and I am enjoying life.
So even though I feel like there's a lot of time in transit from one place to the next, and it can be stressful on the road, I accept where my life is, and I'm enjoying the process.
Mhm. Even though I feel like there's not enough hours in the day to get from one place to another and to do all the things I want to do for myself, I accept myself and my life and I'm happy where I'm at.
Mhm. Even though my first year out of school has been a lot of discovering of who I am and teaching me different lessons, I accept where I am and I'm enjoying the process.
Mhm. Yeah. Even though my first year out is full of challenges and new discoveries, I'm definitely very blessed to be supported by such amazing people and have all these opportunities and I accept that this is where I'm at and I am loving life.
Awesome. So remember, this last point is just like the handle to just flush all those emotions through your body, flush it out. So you can say a last thing, like what you're grateful for, just like what Mimosa said. Just thank, deep breath, and thank all the opportunities and blessings that you have. And the last one is up here, and this one you just close your eyes. This one, my professor of mind body medicine used to just say that the universe knows what it needs to do, and we're just letting it go and let our higher self take care of the rest. All right, so that is
Yeah.
EFT. Um, This is actually really powerful. So it looks very simple, but it's actually very powerful. All the different acupuncture points, trigger points that Mimosa taught us that is integrated in there can really help to just calm you in any acute or chronic emotional concerns that you have. And if the more that you do it, the more that it's just going to become second nature for you to do, and you can close your eyes and do it. Even you can practice every day for a year, every day for 30 days, every day for 10 days. Make it some sort of emotional practice for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's great, Amy. I feel better. It looks really simple, but it feels really good.
Yeah.
And like what you said, it looks really simple, but while I was in school, I was practicing this on some patients, and you would be amazed at how well people felt, even after like a short 10, 15, 20-minute session.
Mm-hmm.
And because, a lot of the time we feel all of these things inside, but for some people, it's really hard to verbalize it and to say what it is exactly that is bothering you, that's stressing you out. And at the end, when you talk about how you accept yourself and love yourself, even though you feel all of these things and all of the stress, it's a good way to say, okay, even though I have all these concerns, I still love myself, I still love life, I'm still appreciative of life, and it's good to remind yourself about all the things that you are very lucky to have, and that we're all very blessed.
Mm-hmm. And I think the action of pressing these points not only brings you back to the present moment, because when you're doing this, you can't really think about like too much far out in the, what you think about in the past or the future. It's kind of like, hey, you're right here, just like right now. And then over time, when you learn the sequence enough, it's just going to become something that you can do. And even to the point where you don't have to do the whole thing, you can just do one and just deeply. But I totally agree with you in terms of, validating what you are feeling. And I think everyone goes through different, all these different emotions. It's like something that happens as a human being. So
exactly.
And it's just a good way to kind of get you out of your mind and just kind of tap your way through emotionally. Yeah.
It is. Yay.
Awesome. Do you want to add anything else, Mimosa? Anything else you want to talk about?
I feel like I feel like this is a good way to, deal with some immediate acute physical concerns, pain and nausea, headaches, and at the same time, it's a good doing simple things like that. It's a good way to get yourself out of a less than positive mental, emotional concern.
That's awesome, Mimosa, because oftentimes, too, when you're having a headache, there's an emotional component to it. Like, why are you having that headache? And even if it doesn't make sense at the time, sometimes wherever you're feeling pain, there's an emotional aspect to it, too. So kind of going through the whole sequence and even doing the trigger points, too, can get you deeper into what are some of the root causes of your pain. So, yeah.
Yeah, just simple things. You don't need fancy things to relieve pain, to relieve stress. Just very simple things are like this. It's very powerful.
Yeah, and I think oftentimes, the mentality of there's a pill for everything, or there is something external that you would need to fix you. But actually, you have everything that you need to kind of get you through whatever you're going through. Yes, it's great to have us as naturopathic doctors to guide you through, to teach you these tools and skills, but they're just things to keep you more responsible for your health and your self-care. So I think these are great options for you to do on your own before like looking externally or looking towards something else to kind of see what you're going through. Yeah.
Well, that sounds great, Amy.
Yay! Great episode. Thanks for hanging out, Mimosa.
All right, bye, Amy.
Bye, guys. See you next time.